Yoga Wrap Spine Support here, and I'm going to show you my inversion series. I always start with a headstand, then Pinchamirasana or handstand, doesn't matter, and then a shoulder stand. And I know, take a blanket. I like to do the hands holding, and I'm just going to come up close and show you. Hands over, fingers interlaced, nice and loose. Thumbnails should be on top of each other. Make sure that you alternate. You can't keep going the same way every day. Then I get my head right down in the center of it. And I come up. You can come up any way you want. The way I just did is just one of my favorite ways. You can come up with feet together, however you'd like to do it. My shirt out of my way. So ideally, 5 minutes is a good beginner. So 5 minutes is the good beginner start. You know, I work up to, some days I'm up for 13 to 14 minutes. Other days anywhere from 5 to 10. I know Iyengar was always 25 minutes. And I'm going to show you variations, and I've shown you that on other poses. He never would do variations when he did his 25 minutes, I was told. I don't know that firsthand. I was told that. So, quickly, I'm going to just show you all kinds of little tricks while I'm in here. Number one is the wrist must be perpendicular, so no rounded wrist. And to instill that, push down with the forearms and constantly lift with the scapula. There's also the indicator of the rib cage. The lower front ribs need to move in to the body because it's really easy to overarch, right? And then another little trick is go ahead and pigeon toe the feet. And what that does is it helps you suck the gut in and get more length, but you are also rounding. If I bring this in, then I'm not going to let this groin protrude. If I turn my feet in pigeon-toed, then I'm also going to be rotating my thighs in so that I can get even more lift out of the back, but also it stops the groin from coming forward. So as I said, go ahead and set a timer for 5 minutes. And one of my first variations, after I stay here for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and I really enjoy the feel of my digestive organs getting a different position. How can that not be helpful, right? I gotta get this shirt out of my face. How about that one? I can't take that shirt in my face. Sorry. That just brings up the fact too. I'll show you some arm variations. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the left. I also, did you notice I did this? What I'm doing is rotating my inner thighs in so that I make sure I'm really getting a true twist from the waist. I truly can feel this on my fallopian tube. It's such an incredible stretch. Granted, I've been doing these for over a couple decades, but it's amazing if you tune into your internal organs what you can feel. So I would say hold the sides for 30 seconds each. I don't want this to be my inversions take about 20-25 minutes, but I don't want this to be that long, so I'm just going to kind of run you through it. Then I'm going to crisscross. This is a little trick. Bend the back leg when you come back and then extend from there. It allows more of an extension on that lower back. Heaven on the organs. Take a twist. Couldn't be better. Oh, so good. It's such a great way to get more of a stretch. People always say, oh, I stretch when I say I do yoga. Oh, I stretch. Well, if you do yoga, you know that it's a lot more than stretching. But that is truly a good stretch. And turn to the other side and come up. Here's another one if you want to get your groins open. Oh, so good. So you hold that for as long as you like. You can bring the soles of the feet together. So the shirt's in my way, so I'm going to show you just to go ahead and take one hand out and another hand, and then you've got a tripod. And it's also a great way to really position the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades are constantly moving up. The whole time you're in a headstand, you're checking yourself. Am I truly on the crown of my head, or is my neck arched? Am I really lifting up from the hips? That means that my gut is sucked in, my rib cage is coming back. And you shouldn't be like stagnant. It's a constant movement. I read somewhere it's a blade of grass in the breeze. You know, it's okay for the legs to be balanced out. And if you feel like it and you're truly on the crown of your head, go ahead and bring your palms up, hands out. So good. Constantly lifting the shoulder blades. And then you can come out to the side. And the thing that those hand variations do is they really give you another view of your shoulder blades constantly moving up. And then when you're ready to come down, I always suck the gut in. Take a few moments. So you want to take a few moments when you come down that the head's down. Awesome. Now I move right into my handstand. I think I'll do that. Or we could do pinch. Let's do pinch mirasana. So I take a block. This is elbow dog. I don't know what that is. Take your strap. And I love to do my handstand with the strap too. And if you're not used to working with the strap, get it out, because it's amazing what it can teach you. So here I am, about shoulder width apart. Palms face down, and then the wrists are on the block like so. The thing to keep in mind is that the inner wrist is constantly moving down. I'm going to go up against the wall because I want you to see how you can do this. Where I take the block here, hands up, walk the feet in, and then immediately you just kick up. You want to bring the head forward so that you can look straight ahead. And that allows the shoulder blades to move up even more. Then once you've stabilized that, you bring the head and look down at the mat. 30 seconds is a good way to start. Pinch mirasana. Now, let's go ahead and do a handstand using the strap. I do both. The thing that a strap does, though, is it allows your forearms to be pressed in so that, and it's weird, I ask a PT why it happens, because I don't know, but if I use a strap, it allows my shoulder blades to get more extension. So I'll get the block out of the way. And this is also awesome if you have any shoulder injuries or neck injuries. It allows more length in the neck. So I'm going to use the support of a strap on the forearms. And you can go up any way you want. If you're watching this, you probably do a handstand. So I'm just going to go ahead and kick up. Or you can put your hands down. If you put your hands down up against the wall, give yourself an inch or two from the wall. And a leg up. And there you go. The thing with handstand is to constantly be pushing down and lifting up. 60 seconds. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll do that one with you for 60 seconds. Sorry about the shirt. I guess I should have put on a different one, but I didn't. And we'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm really pushing down with the hands. I'm lifting with the top of my butt. I'm really reaching with my feet. The only thing touching the wall are my heels. Scrubbing those heels up constantly, constantly lifting. I'm going to say 30, 31, 32. And I literally do this at home. I just count to myself. And you know what it does too? It gives you beautiful arms. And I know it's good for your back. Right on.
Okay, now shoulder stand. And because I've dealt with so many shoulder injuries, I have a method of shoulder stand that I'm going to show you. I'll take my mat, so you can see it. I'm going to take one blanket, 2 blankets, and a third. So I bring the mat over. Sorry, the mat's dirty. I do yoga outside a lot. So I bring the mat over to an inch from there. My blankets are all lined up really nice. Can you see that? Then I'm going to take the rolled part of the mat and I'm going to fold it over again so that I have about 6 inches. Then I'm going to take my strap and I get about, you have to judge for yourself, but I'm about 6 inches from the wall with my mat. Then I'm going to put the strap around my biceps, roll the arms out. As I come down, I want to make sure that I'm on my collarbone, is hitting the edge of the mat, and I use the wall. And I climb my feet up and I tuck my shoulders under, hand on the rib cage, hand on the rib cage. For somebody who's dealt with shoulder injuries, this is such an awesome way to get into a shoulder stand and still get all the benefits. And I've just barely got my toes touching the wall so that my hips are up above my rib cage and my rib cage is in line with my sternum. And then I can take a foot away and a foot away. And I'm also keeping the arch in my neck and the head's coming down. I'm really pushing my head into the floor. And every now and then I can get farther. So now I'm going to put a foot there and I'm going to tuck under more, tuck under more. Remember, this is your practice. This isn't a class, this is your practice. So you adjust. 5 minutes is great. By doing shoulder stand, you flush your immunity system. It's so good. And the work is constantly bringing the sternum forward. There's also variations you can do here. You can do here. But I like just trying to keep that rib cage lifted and the neck arched. And with that said, I want to bear in mind too, shoulder stand was never meant to be a throat lock. You see this a lot of times. It's not like that, okay? When I say the neck is arched, truly, my neck is down, my head is pushing into the floor, and I'm lifting from the sternum. Series. And if you do that every day, you'll be addicted to wanting to do it more every day. It improves your attitude. It's awesome for your skin. It's fantastic for digestion. It's super for female organs. Not supposed to do this if you're on your period, but for somebody who has dealt with many miscarriages and 2 beautiful healthy children and lots of issues with my periods growing up, this was a savior, an inversion series. And you only don't do inversions on your super heavy flow days. All right, namaste. Thanks so much for taking care of yourself. It's only helping all of us, okay?